right, finishing that. All right, so when I think of perfect cubes, it's any integer to the power of 3. Okay, so you should think 3 when you hear the word cube. All right, what is the cubed? 1 cubed. Still 1, because it's 1 times 1 times 1. Okay, what if I have 2 cubed? Remember, this is not 2 times 3. This is 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is what? 4 times 2 is 8. Just trying to make sure you remember how this works. It's not times here. Okay? What is 3 cubed? 27, because it's 3 times 3, which is 9 times 3, which is 27. Now, you can do this on your calculator. You should hit 4 as your base number, to the power of 3. So it has that little triangle.
That's what that is.
Yep, that means to the power of. Important button to know. 64, is he right?
Yes.
Good. You learn something new every day. All right, 5 to the power of 3. Do it on a calculator and yell it out. Is he right?
Yes.
Did you do this already? So pause before you answer. Give them a chance to type it. 6 to the power of 3.
Oh, 260.
Very good. 7 to the power of 3. I'm going really fast. People are still writing. 216. Do it on a calculator, girlfriend.
Let's go.
All right, so I'm going to leave the last 1, 2, 3, 4 for you to do on your own. You all know how to do it on your calculator, yes?
Yes.
Excellent. So I'll give you just a moment to do that.
Bye. What is the sin?
What is what?
Sin.
Sine, cosine, and tangent. So those are mathematical ways to solve the lengths of sides of triangles. You will learn that in Algebra 2. And maybe geometry, I don't remember where. It's not hard. Think of it like another formula. You just have to learn what goes over what. All right, let's keep going. Cubed roots, next section of the worksheet. The opposite of cubing a number is finding the what? Cube root. Please fill in the blanks. You get points for filling in the blanks. Cube root.
What was the first blank?
Oh, perfect cube. The cube of an integer is called a perfect cube. And then next one, cube root. So it should be cube root in the space. All integers have only how many cube root? 1. So here's the y. What number can you cube to get to 8? 2. 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. What number can you cube to get a negative 8? Negative 2.
Why can't you do 4 then?
Because 4 cubed would be 4 times 4, which is 16, times another 4, which is 64.
And it has to be 3.
3 numbers. It has to be times itself 3 times. Correct. Good question. All right, so you'll see this written, and later on when you get to using variables in this, you're going to see this. We have 3 cubed, so this is the cube root of whatever number. Now, just for fun, how would I simplify this so that it's just an x?
So that it's just,
How would I get rid of this 3 cubed if I was simplifying it to the other side of the equation? Come on.
exponent?
We do the opposite.
Exponent.
So instead of cube root, I would cube it. So that cancels that, and I would be left with just x. Excellent. Just seeing if you remember, because this is what we do when we were squared. Remember when it was squared?
Yeah.
Square root, you do the opposite. Same with multiply, divide. The opposite of the radical is to use the exponent. All right, so if I have the cube root of 64, you have to think, what times itself 3 times gives me 64? Is he correct?
Yes.
He should be, because if you look up here on your list that you just wrote, 4 to the power of 3 is 64. So the cube root is 64 should be 4. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, to do this on your calculator, you should see a button that says x square root. This means you get to plug in that x. Okay, so you would type 3 and then hit that button, cube root, and I believe equals. Let me check your calculator, make sure I did it right.
Yeah.
Worked. Yay!
Yeah, you know how to do it.
Wait. So you're gonna hit 3, and then you see it right here with the x. 3 is what we want to put where the x is. So cube root, and then you type in 64. And hit enter.
No.
So do the next one, which is the cube root of 343. Okay, so do that one on your calculator. So we know we're going to do cube root, so hit 3. And the cube root is this one with a little x. So you do second, that means a little x. So 3 is standing in for the x, and then you type 343. So that's the cube root. Okay, does everybody know how to do it on the calculator? Anybody need me to show you? I should show it on the video too. Okay, so you know we're doing cube root is the 3. See the 3 in the front, so you're going to do 3. And then you get second, is this one with the x. So the 3 stands in for the x, and then you do 3, 4, 3, because that's what we're doing. Cube root is 7.
But isn't this also
Without the second, you try to do that.
Oh, this was a mechanical one.
Let me teach you how to do it quick.
By the way,
Yeah, and this should be the x on the calculator. All right, on the calculator for everybody online. So in order to do this, where's the glare? You know you're doing cube root, so you're going to hit 3. And then it's this button right here, which is an x radical. So you hit second and hit that button. So you get 3 stands in for that x, and then you type in your number 343. And then you hit enter. Cube root of 343 is 7. All right, any other questions on that worksheet?
No, ma'am.
Do the rest of it.
Wait, I'm confused. I'm confused.
Y'all got this.